Hi guys, happy Friday. Welcome to the Design Exchange with Danny Russo and Melinda Peters Elliott.
Hello, everybody.
We've been a little bit behind these last few weeks due to traveling, installs, staff changes, and
sudden
water intrusions.
Disasters.
Yes.
I don't think everybody has heard about that, have they?
No, do you want to tell the story? Because that can go up and fill up a lot of time. I don't have to talk.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So one of my employees came in one day and it was raining in my store. And we were like, that's weird. So it come to find out that the water heater upstairs, and I have apartments above my store, and there was a broken line going into the water heater. So it actually had been raining for like 8 hours in my store. And I have a gift shop, coffee shop, and then I have like my design studio behind that, and then my workroom behind that. So anyway, it just was around the front of the store. But Danny, we are up to like 70,000 in damages. So, and every day is a new adventure as to finding where else is water. So
I'm sure
we actually had a double-decker bus playhouse in my shop that I had done for the Decorator Show House a couple years ago.
Yes.
And we were going to move it to a consignment store. And we got all the way down to the bottom layer, and it had mold on the inside of all of the wood. And the wood is MDF. And MDF is very inexpensive to build with. If anybody wants to do something that's it cost me like $600 for like 6 pieces of MDF 3 years ago in 2019.
We need to go over what MDF is.
Yeah, go ahead.
Medium
cardboard.
Medium density fiberboard.
Fiberboard,
right?
Yes.
Or medium density fiberboard is MDF.
Yeah. MDF is not something that you want to have, like you're going to like put it up, take it down, put it up, take it down. It's like plastic. A one type use. So it's all pressed cardboard. So like, yeah, it's cardboard that's been like condensed.
I thought it was particles of wood that was condensed, but cardboard makes sense.
Same. Yeah. So I had built this double-decker bus for the show house in this, and it was in great shape.
So the trials and tribulations of having your own retail store come with its own problems, and you're experiencing them firsthand. Yes. I'm getting ready. I'm on the hunt for a new location. And
one of our friends is too. So I have lots of experience in this. I have 12. Let's see, I've had a gift shop since 2001, which I turned into a coffee shop. So I'm going to give everybody some really good advice for having a brick and mortar store. Number one is if you can have no apartments above your store, that would be wonderful.
You're in a downtown historic district though, so people aren't going to really be running into that situation.
Right. So unless you go downtown, I'm in a small rural town, so our downtown is like not much,
it's literally Main Street America.
It is.
You ever wondered what Main Street America looks like? It's downtown London.
That's right. Ohio. So so basically we have I have probably, how big would you say my building is, Danny?
You have 30
stories. 3 feet wide, and like
you have a good 3,500 square feet on your first floor.
Yeah, probably. So
have about 2,000 of that damaged.
Yes. Yeah. So everything from the gift shops move into the workroom, and everything is just so. But anyway, so I was going to go back to my advice for getting a brick and mortar store. Other than it is good to have people paying rent, actually, because that way you can pay for your building payment.
Right.
And that's kind of like how we always looked at it. But one of the things that you have to do if you are in a small town, and I know people say you have to like drill down into one thing that you do really good. But I am the more of the mindset that you have to have a lot of different income streams. So whatever that looks like, I have one income stream is a gift shop. Another income stream is a coffee shop. Another income stream is interior design. Another income, what are you smiling about?
Nothing.
Yes, you are.
Nothing.
You're like looking around. Like
I was talking like a ventriloquist dummy to Natalie. We're tracking down a coffee table.
Oh. That's funny.
So I was talking with my mouth closed. Anyway,
smiling.
keep going.
So, and then another income stream, which I did, was the me bag. So at any one period of time, one stream is down and the other one's up. So, and you have to find that, like, what balance. Is your balance? What is the balance here? So we also sell Hunter Douglas blinds. So it was kind of weird because the coffee shop and the gift shop went down. We're like no income, but my interior design business is still able to run. So, and then during COVID, which was weird. This was a good example too. No coffee shop business, no gift shop business because we were forced to close. But my interior design, and that was pretty much down because nobody wanted you in their home. But I actually had the sewing. I had my workroom and we started sewing masks. So that's kind of my, it's always like a way to make income with whatever you have coming along. So, because you've got to pay your overhead and you have to pay your rent. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world.
So you still have to pay these things. My store, I think, is going to be a unique, private, exclusive shopping experience. It's not as expensive as it sounds.
Yeah.
But within our showroom, we are going to have a curated wine bar with my personal favorites.
Nice.
So we're going to have a little bar area where you can have a drink and pick out like your furniture and we could design it. But it's going to be Danny Russo's favorite wines.
That's awesome. That's a great idea. And, I think that anything that you can do to bring people in. So in my gift shop, in my gift shop, I have the same kind of thought process. I have fudge, and fudge is always one of those things that drew people in.
Really?
They would come in for, they'd like, because we do free samples of fudge.
I've never been sitting somewhere and I've been like, oh my God, I just want a piece of fudge.
Like, well, you aren't used to being in London.
I did want a candy bar the other day, and I think it's in my trunk, probably melted.
Oh my gosh. See, well, people like on their lunch break, they'll come in for tea or a cappuccino, or they're like wasting time. They kind of look around and, oh, you want a free sample of fudge? And food is always something easy to pick up. People always buy food. So that's one of the things with my gifts. Now, I am making a big change in my gift shop since I had the flood, and I am rebranding the whole gift shop, and we are simplifying our product lines to our top 5, top 10 items.
What are your top 5 categories?
Well, coffee and fudge are 2 of the biggest ones. Like any kind of like regular coffees.
What about that
and then the
farm bullshit that
that's gone.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I'm getting a simpler looking like candle line with plantable boxes. And
I heard you're doing a very big incense business. I heard you're doing a very big incense business. I actually went walking with Orso last night through the Short North.
Yeah.
And I went all the way down to Fifth Avenue, and I was like, I've never actually done this, and walked the whole way and walked back. And I was like on a kick because I'm like, I'm going to close my rings today. So I stopped into this one shop and it was a smoke shop, and they literally had wildberry incense.
Oh my
I go,
gosh.
oh, I have a designer friend that sells that in London, Ohio. She does really good with it. And they were like, she does? It was funny.
Yeah, and we're gonna like we're putting the incense on a new kind of I got rid of the circle racks because they take up too much space. So we're gonna actually put it on bookshelves in a window area so you can see, because we have like 100 jars of incense. And you can't see them. So we're going to alphabetize them. I am like one of these like orderly people, and I finally get to take my gift shop and make it very orderly. But another thing that I'm doing with my gift shop, and this isn't very good for you to know and other designers. So when you have a shop, and let's say you're doing a gift shop, you show what you can do. So I've always had these wood floors that are pine, and they were put on the diagonal when I built the building. Everybody loved the floors. I mean, it was
honey,
a
when you
super
built
cool.
The building, you weren't alive when the building was built.
No, I meant like when we moved into the building and we had to remodel
not,
the first time.
You weren't.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. So yes, I'm 100 years old, 120 years old. Then my building was, I think it burnt down in the early 1900s, and then they rebuilt it up. So yeah, I would be too old for that.
I vaguely remember you telling me about that way back when.
Yeah, it's a cool building. But so I had gone upstairs and I saw these boards, and they were like, 12 inches wide. They were pine, they were on, and that was the subfloor. And I thought, that is the coolest kind of floor ever. So, and I wanted it beat up. I wanted it to be like, show the wear and tear. I think that was so cool. So, but one thing about it is I could never sell pine wood floors to anybody. They can do that themselves. So I thought to myself the other day, I could refinish these pine wood floors and make them look beautiful again, and then they would get beat up all over. But I don't sell pine wood floors. So I decided to
put
an
LVP that you picked out.
I did an LVP.
And we've done many talks on LVP over the years. We've been doing this podcast for 2 or 3, 4, probably 3 years. Yeah. And we talked about LVP with Lloyd way back when. Yeah. And it's funny how it's coming out of the basement or out of your bonus room, and people are using it in their main areas. And I just saw a $1 million condo in into the downtown area, and they used a blonde LVP.
They did?
And
wow.
I was a little surprised by that, but
LVPs are expensive. Like if you get the 20 mil layer or above, which I tell my clients to do, I'm a mil layer snob, because anything in Home Depot is 5, 8, and it basically is a piece of paper with lamination on top.
I know. I just told somebody else, don't ever shop at the big box stores, because they value engineered that product out so that they make the most money out of it. And then you end up,
they do.
In the end of the day, you're ending up replacing the product, or it ends up looking like crap in 3 years.
Exactly. So so I got kind of like, I got a microban, I got a commercial warranty, a 20 mil layer LVP, and I have it going down this week, and it looks amazing. It looks so good. And then we're doing like a really cool like hexagon tile on the front of the counter. We're going to do Cambria countertop, which they were able to give me a display, and I got really good pricing on the floor because I am using it as display. So then I'm doing a tile backsplash behind the coffee bar, and that's display. She's going to give me that tile.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then, I'm having it all painted like snowbound is the color I picked for all of the walls.
And then Mindy Dreyer's going to be at the grand reopening doing a book signing.
Yep.
We'll probably be there going live.
Yep. But I'm literally looking at, so from the middle of next week, they said 4 to 6 more weeks before I can get my countertop.
Well, as soon as your cabinet bases are in, that's about how it goes. Once you get your bases
done. We're building cabinets. Did I tell you we're building cabinets? We're
You've
building
told me 6 times. You asked me to come build them with you, and I told you that you're on crack.
12. So us girls are building 12 base cabinets this week because that's the only way I could get the cabinets here fast enough. And so that's another display. I got 50% off my cabinets because I have a cabinet line and I'm using that as a display. And we have a microwave cabinet and a trash can cabinet and drawer cabinets and door cabinets. And, it's been interesting. Like, why haven't I done this before? Because I can show what I can do. So, and we painted the ceiling black where it was white.
I love that.
And
I've been looking for those tambour panels.
Yes.
They keep coming up everywhere and they come pre-made and you literally just drill them into the wall. I can't find them anywhere. I keep seeing them everywhere, but every time I go look for them, they're not the right.
I found a resource for those the other day.
I sent it to you.
And they were like 96 inches tall.
That's what I need. 96 inches tall. How wide are they? Don't you think they would come rolled? They were, when I saw them at High Point, they were panels that were about this thick.
Yep.
About 36
like 3 foot.
Inches.
Yeah. Yeah.
3 foot by 96.
Yeah. So let's stop and educate a minute. Tambour is the new it goes with the new style, Japandi.
Scandinese.
And I love it. It's a very clean line, very fresh. Simple. Yes, very, very organic looking design style.
Light and airy, raw woods. Lots of woods, raw woods, rattans, wickers.
Yep.
More rattan than wicker.
Yeah, I got the coolest light fixture coming. It is so awesome. It looks like a big bamboo hat. And it's kind of like, it has this kind of organic outside edge.
Where'd you get it?
Online. Oh. I don't know. And it's going to be in the center of my store. And it's going to be white where my ceiling's black. So it's going to have all this, like, it's so cool. I can.
You need to come shopping here. I have about three of these. They're like leaves hanging. I forgot to tell you. I forgot what I have here.
Yeah.
You're never here anymore.
I know. I know. Well, I am doing a whole bunch of here work right now because of everything going on. But
well, I'm going to be down there every Friday, hopefully, and we can do some work. And I'm going to be working out with your girl down there.
My trainer. I love my trainer, Laura. She's the best. She tells it like it is too.
Yeah.
She's So anyway,
do you want to talk about shipping?
Shipping, it's loosening up.
Shipping is finally loosening up. It's been a record year, but the East Coast ports are now busier than the West Coast ports. We're still in a situation where we're having shortages of materials, raw materials. We're having labor shortages. We are having food shortages. Because apparently the chickens all got bird flu. And they had to kill them all. So no chickens, no eggs. So
that's baby formula. People are having terrible time trying to find
what happened.
Formula.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to that, but what happened? Didn't something happen with that? Like just a certain lot or something?
I'm not sure. And then pool chemicals. So the chlorine tabs, can't get your hands on buckets of those right now. And that was because there was a chlorine plant explosion last year. So that created this. And then my son went to get contacts the other day and they were like, oh, sorry, we have contacts on back order. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't take it anymore. Can we get over all of this stuff?
We are dealing with a shortage of apparently Russia produces 10% of the plywood that is imported from anywhere. I keep hearing this number 10% from Russia, and I don't know how true this is because they'll say 10% of the oils from Russia, 10% of the lumbers from Russia. Why is the number always 10%? Why isn't it 8% or 12%? It's always 10%. Seems weird.
And all of the bars all over the United States are pouring out their Russian vodka.
Oh, that's old news. I I mean, you got to be stupid
don't
to
even
throw
try.
vodka away. I'll go drink it.
You want to throw it away? I'll take it.
No, I mean, that's almost the time when everybody decided to burn the Dixie Chick CDs for no reason.
Yes.
I mean, it's
exactly.
Just,
yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So
we don't talk about politics on this show.
No.
um
So when are you, so have you ever thought about when you wanted to do your store? Because a friend of ours said this morning that she was thinking about doing one. And I said, I'm really concerned because the economy is starting to take a downturn, and like with the inflation and everything.
I'm expecting a recession.
So
I'm expecting a recession by October.
I've gone through 3 of these in my 30 years of being in business. And the one in 2018, 2019 about threw me under the bus with
that wasn't
store.
really a recession. I don't know what to even call that, because
we
receded.
Terrible.
We receded, but it was like everybody got shut down.
It was awful.
I mean, that's more from the pandemic. Like
no
2008 was the Great Recession.
No, 2008, 2009 was when it was, because I was pregnant. In November.
That was the Great Recession. You said 2018.
I know. I said the wrong year.
2008. Yeah,
2008.
I had just started my business and we were booming.
Yeah, and then it went smack.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to lose everything. I mean, my business, normally, I make 300,000 or more. And at the end of that year, my overall sales were $150,000. And I thought I had just had a baby. I was 40 years old. I had all of this bills, all of this overhead, employees I had to lay off. I went down to 2 people in my store. Now I have 9. So if that tells you anything, but I mean, I had to cut. I brought everything that I had design wise out into the store to show that, instead of accessories and gifts. I would not take anything on inventory at all. It all had to be ordered custom. So it was a very tragic time for me, and I recovered greatly after that. But I'll tell you what, that sent me to my knees several times.
Wow, that sucks.
It was pretty bad. So
hiring sucks.
But I'm
labor
here.
Shortage sucks. We can't find people.
I made
work.
It through. So
right?
my suggestion is for everybody to be cautious about over ordering right now, because you don't want to, if we're going into a recession, try to eliminate your inventory. So get it gone. Because you don't.
That's why I want to incorporate wine into my retail store, because that's one thing that everybody needs to drink.
Yes.
Your way right out of the recession.
No kidding. So anyway, and then we're up to $4 a gallon in gas, $4.09 here in Columbus.
Oh, we're more than that. I've been paying $4.99 whenever I see it, but I'm downtown. You're out. I saw $4.89 the other day.
Oh my gosh, that's awful. I go through Kroger gas. So I get points for shopping at Kroger, and I use 50 cents off, gallon. That adds up. So anyway.
Right. Well,
so
you can follow Melinda at Fine Designs and Interiors. What else? We have 8 minutes. What do you want to talk about?
Do you want to talk about you said something about when to hire a publicist. Do you want to do that on a full podcast?
Yeah, let's do that. That's going to take too much time.
Okay. Alrighty. Danny's answering questions again.
We're about to go to do 2 installations today. They're both picture hanging. We're just hanging pictures.
Oh, I did that last week.
One, we're just stylizing and hanging pictures for the daughter's graduation party.
Nice.
And the next one is the one that I'm showing your valances for, and we're planning to paint the rest of the house.
Oh, that's right.
And then tomorrow I have to go somewhere else to pick something up. And then Friday we have a huge install. So,
oh my gosh, I hung 60 some pictures last week in one lady's house. And she had, bless her heart, she had all of this stuff because she lives at the lake. Live at the lake. It's better at the lake. You know,
all laugh, this, love, lake.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So there, Rumchata just fell out of her chair. I was actually just I was at a so there is a new store in Columbus, Ohio, and it's not really a new store. It's called Carfagna's. It's one of our local restaurants, and everybody knows it. So they just bought this huge Polaris. We used to be called Earth Fare, and it was an organic grocery store. And I don't know if you ever heard of Eataly, but they kind of turned it into a little bit of an Eataly where they combined the restaurant, and then they have the Italian grocery section, and then they had this huge alcohol section. And I literally saw a bottle of Rumchata on the shelf, and I'd never seen it before in my life. And I'm like, that's what that looks like. I was like, oh, now this makes sense.
Well, then you can buy the individual packages of Rumchata that you can just secretly put in your coffee in the morning. And that's like your creamer, and nobody needs to know. I'm trying to
get fit. We're going to be a fit company.
We're going to be a fit and fabulous.
I put that gym equipment back there for us to use too.
Danny, I send my employees out.
Our last set of staff they were trying so hard to give away my gym equipment. And I was like, I really don't want to get rid of it. And they had it at the door ready to leave. And I pushed it to the back yesterday. And I came in here and remodeled the office and
you did
stuff to the trailer. Well, I needed more space, and we had an empty filing cabinet. So I actually took a filing cabinet and put it in the trailer. And that way, I need to find the lock for it though, because that way I can have all of my tools and all of my stuff for an installation, my steamer, my tape, my scissors, my speaker, everything is in the filing cabinet that's in the trailer. So
you better secure it down.
Oh, I got a boot, I got locks.
Let's talk about having a trailer.
Okay.
What have you learned, Daniel?
If we were going to start this conversation, you have to listen. This is going to be a very good conversation.
Yes.
I got my dream car, which was a BMW X7, November of right before the pandemic happened. So it would have been 2019, my dream car. So I take my husband's car to help him out because he hit a pole because he doesn't know how to drive, got a flat tire. So while I was getting his car fixed, it took a while for his tire to come in. He was driving my car and he got into a 4-car accident on a major highway. Thank God nobody was hurt, but my car ended up getting totaled. So me being the Danny Russo that I am, I can't be driving around in a Toyota rental car. No offense.
Abigail has one too.
Abigail has one too. So I think Natalie has one as well. You have to meet Natalie. Maybe maybe we'll see you Friday. I don't know. Oh, I need you Friday. We'll talk about that later. So anyway, I end up I'm not driving a Toyota Crayola because I have to haul stuff around for work.
Crayola.
Enterprise gets me a Cadillac Escalade extended version. So I had that while I was waiting for the new car to come in, and I was looking for a box truck. I could not find a box truck because I really needed something to store stuff and deliver client stuff in. So all these box trucks I was finding were 200, 300, 400,000 miles, and they were like $50, $60, $70,000.
Yeah.
So new BMW comes in. I ordered it with a tow hitch, and I happened to find a black on black trailer that's 16 feet long, 9 foot high. So I can attach it to my car. Well, the BMW came in, because of the chip shortage, it didn't have a touch screen. The whole friggin' car was designed around a touchscreen. So to not have a touchscreen was kind of like a big deal. So what I ended up doing was I ended up buying the Yukon from Enterprise Rental Car. Didn't realize that it was only 2-wheel drive. Got it stuck a couple times. Jackknifed the trailer a couple times. So I called that my training Cadillac. And then I ran into my friend while I was getting Botox, and he happens to be a car dealer. And he found me a 2022 Cadillac with a touchscreen that works, that's 4-wheel drive, and has all the amenities to tow a trailer. And they they had it sent up here from Texas, and I'm very happy with it. It's going to get blacked out in a couple weeks, and we're going to logoize the trailer and keep moving right along.
That's good. But
yeah, hopefully you got to see I was featured in Columbus Monthly in a Home and Garden edition. I posted that. I didn't post it. Abigail, post that to our group, please. And then Garrett's house was featured in Axios Columbus. And you actually did the blinds on that job. I forgot to tell them.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Because Becky, I actually posted another picture, and Becky was mad that I didn't credit her that she did the wallpaper. And I'm like, I didn't do it intentionally. I just forgot. When they're asking these questions.
Yeah, right. So driving the trailer, what did you learn about driving the trailer? Going empty and going heavy, like when it's full versus
when it's full, you could tell you're towing crap and the brakes engage, and I feel like it drives better. When it's mostly empty, the thing's wobbly and bouncing, and you're pulling more RPMs. And I'm like, there's something wrong with this car. And I called you, and you were in the car, and it happened to be the issue of the trailer being empty. So now that filing cabinet's in there, because I put that filing cabinet in there by myself, and it was it was light, but it was awkward getting it in there. And then by the time I fill it up with what we need, we'll be good to go.
Well, the reason I'm like asking Danny all these questions, because I've had to tow a 20-foot long trailer for the last 3 years with a 4-wheeler and a gator and all.
You also have a camper, and I just found it. I'm coming with you because I found an app where you can rent someone's camper for X amount of time. And I wanted to ask you about the hookups and stuff. But I can have my own little camper.
Good.
And you rent it by the night, and it's like $80 some, and you just attach it to your car, and I can have my own little peaceful place.
And you can bring Orso. And Fred.
Oh, please, Fred. Is this camping or glamping?
We glamp. But except for we cook outside. So we cook like over the food, open fire. It's so good.
We're not eating like baked steak, right?
You're talking about like 2-inch thick steaks. Over the grill, open fire. It's the best steak I've ever had in my whole life.
We're gonna have a fun summer, and I hope you guys do as well.
So my pool's almost ready too.
I'm excited for that.
Yay.
So I have another. We're going to get going for our work day, but make sure you follow the Design Exchange podcast on Instagram. It's TDX podcast on Instagram. Somebody post something on there because I don't even know how to log into it.
And iHeartRadio.
You're on iHeartRadio. We have a radio show the first Sunday of every month. If you tell your Alexa to tune in to 610 WTVN, it will tune in from anywhere in the country. And you can hear me and Melinda at about 5:30 on the first Sunday of every month.
It's on WTVN, the What Matters show with Mindy and Michaela.
Yes.
We have so much fun.
If you're listening to this, I'm sure you're following us. Follow me on Instagram. I'm Danny Russo, and Melinda is Fine Designs INT on Instagram. And you know how to get a hold of us if you need us.
That's right.
But anyway, happy designing. Stay safe.
Happy designing, everybody.
And best of luck. May the odds be ever in your favor. I don't know why I said the end of that with an Anna Delvey accent. My new favorite show is Anna Delvey. How did she do it? I'm too busy for this. I'm too busy for you. I'm Anna Delvey. I'm building the foundation. That's the only good impression that I've learned that I can do.
That's awesome. Well,
I don't have time for this. I don't have time for you. I'm Donnie Dovey. I'm building my foundation. All right, guys.
All right.
Stay safe. Happy designing.
Happy designing, everyone.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.